The other day, when I was stressing about writing this speech, I turned to my roommate Jenna and said, "Oh God, I really haven't learned anything here. I'm still a procrastinator." But the truth is, I've learned everything here. Although it's cliche, I honestly believe I am who I am today because of this place. You see, Woolman and I have a history. When I first came here, I was 9 years old. The Woolman Semester was just starting out, and my sister was considering joining the 2003 semester. My family decided to check the place out and come to family work camp. I vaguely remember asking Kathy Runyon if there were horses here, and watching someone nail part of the roof onto what I believe is now the Arbor House. But other than that, it didn't make much of an impression on me. I'm not even sure if I understood that it was school, and my sister was about to leave for 4 months. And I definitely don't have any memory of her being gone. Sorry. Throughout her semester, I visited a few times, but it has all become a blur in my mind. The only thing that I really remember was being asked by every person who breathed if I was ever going to come be a student of Woolman. I always responded no, and I got fed up that I was supposed to know what I wanted to do with my life when I was only 9 years old. This question followed me around for a long time. When I was about 12 years old, I started coming to camp. I came for a few summers and absolutely loved it. In between the backpacking trips, the movie-making trips, the special days, and the food, the friendships, the Yuba River, and the extremely muddy Mel's Pond. I remember residents coming up to me and hugging me while exclaiming that I was really a sister. I usually didn't have any idea who they were, but hugged them anyways and answered no when I was asked if I was ever going to come to the semester. When I graduated from Sierra Friends Camp at the age of 14, I thought it was the end of my Woolman journey. I couldn't have been more wrong. 2 years later, Teen Leadership Camp was born, and I decided to come back. It caught me at a pivotal time in my life. After a lifetime of being homeschooled, I had just finished my first year at public high school, and I was in need of a healing break. The 2 weeks I spent here that summer made me fall in love with Sierra Friends Center. It was like realizing that a close friend was actually the love of my life. For the first time, I started to think of Woolman as a home, and began to consider the possibility of becoming a student. The next year, I came to work at summer camp. I came to work at summer camp as a counselor in training. I spent 4 weeks here, and words could not describe how amazing it was. I realized that some of my closest friendships, the way I present myself to strangers, the passions that I hold dearest to my heart, and my growing self-confidence had all been shaped by Woolman. And when I got back to my house, the only thing that made sense to me was to start applying to Woolman. In my application, I talked about how I considered Woolman a home, about my desire to learn about real things, and mostly about the amazing people I had met at Woolman. My most recent Woolman journey started exactly 6 months ago. I came here on June 14th to work at camp, and only went home for a day between camp ending and semester beginning. Woolman has truly become my home over the past 6 months. I'm not going to lie and say that the semester has been nothing but rainbows and butterflies, because it hasn't. I've definitely had my share of non-MPC conversations with the person's program, and claimed that I wish I'd never come. But through it all, there is always someone to listen to. Woolman is the place it is because of the people who come here. Everyone has a different background, knowledge on life, and yet we are all committed to making this community the best it can be. So I'm not going to miss the overflowing trash cans, the never-ending quinoa, the 5-hour community meetings, but I am going to miss the people. I'm going to miss the late-night baking adventures, the movie puddles, the venting sessions, and the conversations that last forever. I'm going to miss the constant knitting, the crystal tree trips, sledding on baking pans, and the hot chocolate that magically appears in my hands. I'm going to miss the rare alone time I spent wandering through the woods, the frogs in the shower, and the surprisingly dangerous dance parties. I'm going to miss the pictures that looked like they were drawn by 5-year-olds hanging on my cabin walls, and the adorable family my roommates and I have created. If Even though I can't comprehend that in a few short hours I will be leaving this place, I know that something will always bring me back. Thank you.